Welcome back to the Reality Guys. I'm your host, Billy Blinks, joined as always by my co-host, Brian
Come on, everybody.
and Brett.
What's up?
We're back to talk the Traitors. This is season 2, episode 10. Second to last episode this season, everyone. Make sure you're liked and subscribed here and on TikTok. All of our Traitors coverage, all of our reality TV coverage from Bravo to Survivor to Netflix and everything in between. All right, guys, we saw the cliffhanger resolved 4 votes to 4. MJ's vote. Will it be Phaedra? Will it be Peter, who is banished? And we were right in our prediction. They went with Peter. The alliance stuck together on this vote. Peter did a little bit too much, like we all said during that Parvati saga, to at least give enough suspicion that he could survive over Phaedra with her alliance. Guys, any surprise there?
No.
I had a feeling Peter was leaving, but I didn't want him to leave, but I knew it was a possibility.
This obviously then led to the subsequent conference for the murder. Came down to them between John and Trishelle, and they go with John. I was sad to see John go. Really have enjoyed him. I thought Kate did make a great point. You don't really want him at that final round table. He's going to be too eloquent, or he's going to just talk it and eat it up. Thought that was a good strategy, honestly.
Is he though? Because they made it sound like he's like very vocal in person and talks a lot, but we didn't see him much on the camera itself. Like, he had a few one-liners, but I don't really think we saw that too
He
much.
probably talks so much they edited it out.
They
I
can't
think it was a
vote two people.
lose for her, honestly. Like, whoever she voted out, I think like she could be like, "Oh, I'm going to vote one of my alliance members out," but then they still have the numbers. If they vote out somebody on that alliance, it kind of will confirm the people that were on the fence. So it's unfortunate, but I think that's the problem with casting a lot of people from the same universe. That's kind of my biggest takeaway from this episode is how it got to this point.
I agree. I hate, like, the same problem on the challenge is that, they come in with these friendships that ruin the game.
Yeah.
Or at least Survivor, we get fresh people, so it's on them day one, which is what I like. And I think obviously, the Phaedra relationships and stuff she had kind of messed up this gameplay a little bit. Peter at least formed his own alliance within the game itself.
Yeah.
But I do think taking out John was a bad move. I think she should have sacrificed someone from her alliance, or at least on the fence, like an MJ.
MJ and neutral MJ, a CT, even maybe like somebody that would have drawn the attention. I think if you had gotten rid of Cherie, it would have been too obvious as far as like, oh well, we got rid of a housewife to try to throw it off the trail. But I agree, there were other people that would have at least drawn some debate.
But the problem is she hasn't been defending herself. So I don't think she would even be able to be like, oh well, let's point the finger at this person, because anytime somebody would ask her, and like we'll get there, like she's just like, I can see it.
Even when she's like defended herself, Phaedra, she hasn't really done, frankly, a great job actually of convincing anyone. She's just been in an alliance and had numbers, right? It wasn't like she really has changed people's minds who thought she was, right? She's never really done that. Peter and her were kind of like a mutually assured destruction. Once they kind of went at it, we were kind of saying this for the last few weeks, like regardless of who went first this episode, the other person was going. And so not really surprised in that, but I want to get your guys' take in the thing that I was most surprised in the entire episode was Kate. Kate had what I thought was the easiest road to a victory laid out, no attention drawn to her. And at that round table, she made the comment that you were more, what was it, more selfish than a game? What was it?
More selfish than skillful.
Yeah, which is not true.
Yeah, guys, just your reaction to that.
I just thought that was ridiculous. Like, I think she made it this far. I think she's played a really good game up until like her spot got blown up. But I mean, besides not defending herself, but she made it this far. You can't really like discount anything that she's done. I think this is a move that you can't bring Kate back. I know people are like, Kate needs to be in every season. This is an unforgivable move. I don't want to see her again on the show after that.
I really enjoyed Kate this episode and thought she was going to win the show at this point until she said that. Like it didn't make any sense like to say this if you're a faithful or even a traitor. I don't really, I mean, just her saying it, it was so weird that I'm like, well, why would she say that? Like maybe she is a traitor. I don't like I thought the game plan to kind of frame Sandra and maybe vote Sandra out this turn or at least put some heat on her was genius.
Yeah.
And Phaedra for the end. And either way, like I mean, just yeah, she screwed herself with that.
Like that's kind of the thing that like you would think like Phaedra would say on her way out, like the way Dan said it on the way out about like Parvati. Like it just didn't make sense. It was like reverse logic. Not good. Not good. Not good.
No matter what, you know that they are going into this finale and they're going to have to, when they're at that final roundtable, vote some people out. And Sandra now, it's just in her head that she's just not going to let it sit. She's going to throw it out there. They know they have to get somebody. And it's just such a bad move. It's just such a Kate came in late. The idea that she was frustrated with Phaedra, it's like, you only had to do a few murders with her. What are you even talking about? What are you so frustrated by? It wasn't like you were here the entire game and she was screwing things up for you guys. Just literally Kate being Kate.
And like Phaedra didn't even vote for her on her way out. Like she did her a favor.
Get her solid.
Yeah, like that. Phaedra didn't want to cause any conflict that she didn't need to cause, which I do respect as somebody who doesn't like to get in conflict. So I can appreciate that. But like she did, I think, cover Kate's ass. Like because every traitor and all the shows we watch, like UK, they're throwing shade on the way out. Like Dan threw shade on the way out. Parvati's throwing shade on the way out. Like she didn't do that to Kate, and like that was bad. That was real. That might be the dumbest move of the season.
I think it might be. It's going to end up being the costliest move of the season because it's going to be a direct iteration where if you had just not said anything, you would have gotten to the next week and won the show.
Yeah.
Now we'll see. We'll see if they can pin it on Sandra somehow. I just think Sandra's if Sandra was guilty, you may have a shot at it, but she's not guilty. So it.
Yeah, like she's gonna tell Trishelle, she's gonna tell NCT. These people are been in these games before.
Not stupid at all.
Yeah, like I mean, who's like so Cherie, like they can convince her no problem. Like she's defeated right now that Phaedra was actually a traitor. Like and MJ, like I think she'll
go along with them now because Trishelle's been right.
Yeah, I do.
Good for listen. If Trishelle gets a win, good for her.
I mean, she's played good in the back half. I know that a friend of the show, Kyle, doesn't like her, and she can be very annoying, but she's
played a great game.
Yeah, she's done well in the back half of the show, so can't argue about that.
The question is, are they gonna, even if they do get Kate like on the next vote? Because I think the fire thing is next, right? There's still like 5 or 6 of them. So are they gonna just let 5 people win, or are they gonna try to take some others out too? Like CT could still be sus, Sandra could still be sus. I'd want to probably take a shot at them too.
I don't know. I just don't. If it was civilians, then I would say yeah, but I don't think.
I think it's just going to be one more challenge where they can add some more cash, basically, and then I think it's going to start
right to the
final roundtable. There's only one episode left. It's going to be an hour long.
Yeah, it's final. So there's one more roundtable. Then they stand up and do. Is that the one where they throw the stuff in the fire? Because sometimes it's outside. Because they move around, like how like they move around sometimes.
Yeah, too. I don't know. The round table then go out to the front yard. I forget how it's a little bit different than say
it's like a solo stove, big solo stove in the middle of the.
Yeah, that part's a little goofy to me, but we're gonna have the finale next weekend. I looked last year. The reunion dropped on the same day, so we should have the finale and the reunion. I looked. That's what it said on.
I thought Bill when we recorded that it was like. It was on like because
Sunday.
I thought it was a little bit after, but I could be totally wrong.
Here, I can look. I'm actually on it right now.
I thought it was
season 1.
Just go by our reviews.
It doesn't have the date on there now, so now I can't look. Yeah, it's all good.
I'm pretty sure that we.
If it's like Sunday, it'd be fine. I'd like to have it separated so we could do 2 videos. So
yeah, I think it will be separated. Hopefully.
Cool.
Yeah. How about that challenge though?
Brutal, man. I just that was awful to watch.
It was awful to watch, and it was really dumb. I'm like, why don't you just have CT just run all the gold over? Because all the women.
I mean, that was eventually the move. It's just like, I mean, it's really sad that the civilians on UK have done way better on all of the challenges except
like
these people. It's like
influencer athletes.
Yeah, and
reality
and
rich
like
people.
UK had old people on it, and they are doing better. Like it's kind of
That is such an easy challenge. I saw that. I was like, this is a joke. Like an
They're like
absolute, it's a
trying to
water
jump.
park.
Yeah, like the thing is like in the water, and they're trying to jump from that to that. I'm like, what are you doing?
Something
Yeah,
you could
That
do
was
when you were literally in middle school.
yeah,
that's what Trishelle was like. Hey, if you just keep running,
yeah. It's a movement game, right?
Yeah.
And now we get to the point of the podcast where Brett's internet starts to conk out on us. So we're going to wrap it up here. We're going to be back for the finale. Like I said, check out everything else we did this week. We had Survivor 46 premiere. We did Love is Blind. A lot of other things. Brian did Love is Hip Hop. We did, oh, geez, there's a lot of stuff coming up from this week as well. So go and check it out. But for myself, Brian, Brett, everyone at the Reality Guys, thank you so much for watching. Peace.